got your wig, ho. Ha ha. You're mad. Miss Wikiana. Miss Wikiana.
So what's going on? What happened after I left?
Girl,
Oh my goodness.
you know, the Denise of it all.
Oh God, Denise. What was she saying?
She was, you know, what you did to my daughters and what you did to my, you know, what you said about my children.
First of all, to insinuate that my daughters at 14 years old would have had a threesome, I think is beyond inappropriate. You're shaking your head.
I'm sick of, you're mad at me for something 4 years ago? You know what it is.
Well,
I was
also-
like, no, I don't. And then, you know, it got to where, like I said, you know, I just said, well, listen, who makes more money on OnlyFans, you or your daughter? Okay, your oldest daughter's on OnlyFans. She doesn't know?
That is a low blow.
I think it's great. I just want to know who's more profitable, you or Sammy?
Denise Richards officially takes the plunge and is joining OnlyFans. I guess it's like mother, like daughter, the saying ringing true for this duo. The news comes just 1 week after 18-year-old Sammy Sheen did the same.
Whatever they want to do, I just want them happy and follow their passion and their heart.
Denise announced on Instagram Thursday she's launching her own page now, posting a video of herself taking a dip in the ocean in an all-white ensemble captioned, "Ready, here we go, #OnlyFans." Right now, she's charging subscribers $25 a month and already has 2 posts and counting.
So I would want to be my true authentic self.
The choice to join the platform was simple for Denise. To her, there's not a huge difference between OnlyFans and posting bikini pics on Instagram. Less than a week ago, Denise stood up for her daughter Sammy, who received criticism for creating an account on the platform known for sharing adult content. The 51-year-old came to her daughter's defense in full support, saying she wishes she had Sammy's confidence at her age. Denise wrote, quote, "I also can't be judgmental of her choices. I did wild things and Playboy. Quite frankly, her father shouldn't be either."
I think we just want our child to pursue whatever would make them happy, you know, and if that's what they believe would make them happy, then absolutely, as long as they have something to fall back on, some real job.
Guess this job wouldn't make the cut for Charlie. While the actor has always supported his kids' showbiz aspirations, Charlie spoke out about disapproving of his daughter Sammy having an OnlyFans account. In a statement to ET, Charlie said, quote, "I do not condone this, but since I'm unable to prevent it, I urge her to keep it classy, creative, and not sacrifice her integrity."
Have they gotten any of the showbiz bug? Would they want to be and go into acting? Sammy, I think, would be more interested in directing and photography.
Denise quickly clapped back, telling us in a statement, quote, "Sammy is 18 and this decision wasn't based on whose house she lives in. All I can do as a parent is guide her and trust her judgment, but she makes her own choices."
I don't ever want to push my kids to do something they don't want to do, but I encourage them, if that is something they want to do, then to try it and explore different things.
Only time will tell whether Denise's new OnlyFans is a hit, but it looks like she's pretty confident in her own skin.
You're unbelievable.
I am.
I just read an article about your daughter in Bustle, and I thought it was so interesting. Now, I am naive. I don't know. I'm very naive about a lot of things, too. I don't understand. I don't know what OnlyFans is. I've heard about it.
I didn't either.
Okay, so I've heard about it because of Larsa Pippen and because of you and your daughter. And what is OnlyFans? It's a site where people get to like, it's like flirty or it's like full nudity or like what is OnlyFans?
OnlyFans is whatever you want it to be. And to me, I thought of it as back in the day when you would join a fan club of someone.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
Like that kind of thing. And yes, is there stuff on there that's more risque? Sure.
There's a
But
spectrum, you're saying.
It's whatever you want it to be.
Okay. So what?
You don't have to do anything you don't want to.
But what? It's a site for fans to get exclusive content.
Yeah.
So video content. Okay. So
And pictures.
And pictures.
And communicating, whatever.
And messaging people.
Yeah.
So it's a world, and it's a business for many people, right? It's like a business.
I learned it's a business.
Okay. I'm saying like some
I
people
didn't
are,
know at the time though.
So some people are TikTok famous, some people are Instagram famous, and some people are like OnlyFans famous, right? Like, or you have to be famous.
I don't
before.
know that. No, there's a lot of people on OnlyFans that are not household names.
Okay.
There's a lot of different people on there that do different things. And
Like niche, like Cameo had different categories of people that would send messages. That
and
okay.
it's also some people do, cooking or, building a house, whatever.
Normal cooking, like you don't have to be wearing sexy. You can do normal cooking.
You could do normal cooking on there.
Why
are
aren't
people,
I on OnlyFans doing normal
I don't
cooking?
know.
I do caviar, baked potato, cottage cheese. That
maybe
could be.
You should.
Yeah.
It's
Why can't I do caviar, baked potato, cottage cheese on OnlyFans?
I'm sure they would like if you were naked, but
okay.
You could.
Naked, babe, naked.
You could do whatever you want. It's whatever you want.
Naked potatoes.
I think that what gave it the perception was a lot of adult film actors are on the page. And so I think that's where it came from. I don't know. I actually don't know, to be honest with you. But all I know is my daughter joined it and she got so much backlash. And I was I was upset for her because I know what that's like to get backlash for something and have people say stuff. And she's so young.
She's 19?
Yeah, she's 19.
And she was 18 when she got
was
the
18,
backlash?
which is very young.
Right. But what was she went on there. What was her job before
She's not
that?
showing, she was in school.
Okay.
She didn't have like a job.
Okay.
But she wasn't even showing topless. So she still got backlash.
She was just being like sexy.
Yeah, she was
just
wearing bathing suits or, I've never been on her page.
Why? You can't handle it?
I would think sometimes it's weird for me to even go on my kid's Instagram because I'm like, I don't know.
I did want to address the OnlyFans thing. I was surprised. So first of all, I was shocked that
you weren't the only one surprised.
Yeah,
I think.
I was surprised that your daughter Sammy, she has an account.
I was
on
surprised
OnlyFans.
she did too.
And how old is she?
She's 18.
Oh, so she doesn't need your permission or
No,
her dad's
no.
permission. And is she doing well with it?
I think so. I think she is doing well with it. I think, she mentioned it to me that she was going to do it. Quite frankly, I didn't even know. I had heard of OnlyFans. I had never been on there, so I didn't even know really what it was. But I heard, obviously, a lot of different things. And, she reassured me that she was going to keep it very tasteful and do, mainly like bikini stuff, like bathing suit and stuff like that. And the reason why I wanted to join was because she got so much backlash for that I didn't think it was really fair. And I've done things in my career, I've done Playboy and I was in Wild Things and I've done sexy shoots before promoting movies and stuff like that. And sometimes people will say negative things. Well, a lot of times they do, and a lot of times they don't. But I thought this is not fair that she would be getting so much backlash when a lot of people post stuff like that, even just on Instagram.
Yes, of
not
course.
to take it as far as you can take it on OnlyFans, obviously. But still, it's like I just felt that it was, not really fair for her to get that kind of backlash.
I think that people are still to this day are under the impression that OnlyFans is porn. And that's simply not the case. And we've got housewives on there cooking. You know what I mean? Like it's
you can do all kinds.
You can
of
find
things.
everything
whatever
on OnlyFans.
You want to do, you do. So it's not, I personally don't have subscribed to anyone's page, so I haven't gone on to see anyone else's pages. But I've had obviously people tell me, different things that it's not porn.
So you're doing more, is it photo shoots? I mean, you're a beautiful woman. You're doing what, clothes, bikini?
I do bikini. I do lingerie. I do stuff that is sexier because I also think, why not if I'm able to?
Yes.
Be able to do something that's also outside of some of the more conservative stuff that I post on my Instagram. I do show my boobies.
Yeah, so you do
my
topless.
tush, yeah.
You show your tush and your boobies.
Yeah.
So you will do topless, and then
I feel they're already out there if you Google them.
Yeah.
And some of them, by the way, aren't mine. My head's been on other people's bodies. Over the years, I've learned it's very bizarre. I'm like, whoa.
And then, do you have any idea how many subscribers you have at this point?
I don't. I just look at. It's taken me a while to navigate the actual page.
Yes.
And all the messages and the DMs and commenting and stuff like that. So that's what I focus on. And it's not, to me, it's more of a throwback to the old, when you join a fan site.
Yes.
It's just more
It's very contemporary fan site.
But it's lucrative, correct?
Yeah, that I had no idea.
So you were shocked when you got your first
shocked.
check. And do they put the money right in the account? I mean, how does that work?
You set up an account and then you do like a draw or something.
Is it once a month or does the money come every day? Like
however often you want to do it. When
I see.
You can do it.
How many draws do you get a month?
You can do it as often as you want.
Oh, so you just kind of go and log on and like, give me my money?
While I'm
transfer
doing my
it back.
comments and stuff like that, and I'll check it. I'm like, oh, maybe I should deposit that.
So someone could make a couple $100,000 a year or more? More.
You could do that
Million?
possibly in a month or so, you know.
A couple $100,000 a month.
You could.
Wow.
A lot of people have.
What are we doing here talking?
I don't know what we're doing here at
Get in
Sirius
front of a
XM.
camera.
I know.
I know that a lot of people have made a lot of money, and like I said, I did it for supporting my daughter, who being a mom who was an actress who's done stuff, and I just thought it's empowering too as a woman and a man to be able to take control, and you own
Take care of
all
yourself
of the
and,
content, and a lot of the other platforms we don't own the content, so it's nice to be able to also control it too.
I wanted to ask what I did to you for you to do what you did about my kids, and
It has nothing to do with your kid. Do you remember at your barbecue?
Yep.
There was a table of us, a round table of the kids, and we were all talking about threesome, sexual stuff, whatever.
Well, not all of us.
Hold on. You just talked about your husband's big dick 5 minutes
I did
before.
not talk about it at a dinner with my kids at the next table, Erika.
I think also she obviously was upset that we were talking about threesomes at her barbecue and the kids were not that far away.
When we were at her barbecue, we were talking about threesomes and having sex. Meanwhile, she just talked about how big Aaron's dick was.
You guys are married over a year now.
Yes, and he's let himself go. She's joking. Honey, I'm joking.
Oh, I'm like...
He still has a big penis and big muscles, so it's all good.
Denise, I'm right. Anyway, my
No,
point
you're
is
not
this.
right.
I am right.
No, you're not.
Listen, Denise, I have nothing left for you. You can think however you want of me. You can feel however you want. I have nothing left to say. I didn't want this fight.
Yeah, you did. You needed it to get off of all the other going on in your life.
No, absolutely not.
Absolutely. That's what you do. You
Denise.
deflect. Erika, stop being so condescending.
We love seeing you back on The Housewives.
Oh, thank you.
How was that experience?
Well, I did like a dinner episode.
I believe it's being called the dinner party from hell.
So I've heard. And unfortunately, I didn't do any confessionals. So they all had like a little opinion about me, but whatever, I don't care. It was a weed party thrown by someone who's sober, so whatever.
Do you feel that's unfair when you've been put in that position and then you don't get to do a confessional?
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I could obviously say stuff here or on, social media, but it is what it is. So you're welcome, Erika.
Everyone should know that all things are on the table. And I'm not talking about something that's hidden. I'm talking about something that's in the open in regards to the OnlyFans. And it speaks to the hypocrisy of the way Denise treated me at her own barbecue years ago.
Yes, I understand if she's got hurt feelings. It just would be nice to hear her be able to articulate what those hurt feelings are. Because then at least they can both move past it. Sure.
I think it's the hypocrisy for Erika that she was double downing on.
But is it a hypocrisy? The way you and I talk, if our kids are in the room, we're not gonna have the same conversation.
Hell no.
I think that's where Denise was coming from. I
Yeah.
don't think it was being a hypocrite. I was thinking it's like being a mom. You're not gonna talk about that stuff around your kids.
But I think I think she had harbored resentment.
Yes, for sure.
Against Erika.
Because Erika was in that group too.
Yeah, but I think also she was insinuating that Lisa Rinna was the one that had guided Erika to behave in this way towards Denise.
Let me ask you this, because I walked in at the end. What were you and Garcelle talking about that you guys got so heated over?
It's a funny goofball thing.
I can see you tucking a few bucks and going, I want a lap dance.
Y'all are laughing because y'all know that that is the last thing that would ever happen.
You made out with your driver?
Oh my God.
Okay.
Okay.
She is...
Hold on a minute. That was between me, Erika, and Sutton. And now I feel like you're saying it to embarrass her, and that's not okay.
I'm good. I'm tired. You know, I'm an emotional person, and I didn't like seeing your face the other night.
I was really messed up.
First of all, are you getting
Why
heated
did you bring it up, Dorit?
Garcelle
Why
thinks
did
that I
you
did
bring
to
it up?
embarrass-
Why did you bring it up?
We were going back
Why did
and
you bring it
forth,
up?
and you were like, I'm
Why
not that
did you
kind
bring
of
it
girl.
up? Answer my question.
I just said we were going back and forth. It wasn't just, it was playful, it was joking. We were all laughing about the situation.
It just felt like you were saying it to embarrass her in front of these women.
To also just give people the benefit of the doubt.
Who's the people?
Me.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. When I said it to Erika, we were all having a good time.
We were.
And I apologized because I didn't know that was going to bring up this.
But we are having a good time, you guys. This was not
If you
said
have
as
to
a
say
direct...
it like that, we're not having a good time.
I'm saying that because you just attacked me.
I did not attack you. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. After that, I cried to sleep, and I woke up, and I wasn't better. I mean, the word attack.
Dorit was not trying to hurt anybody. But then again, you know, everybody has their own experience.
I used a word that was offensive to Garcelle and made a mistake. She had a very strong reaction to it. And it was a moment where I think there was just like, it felt like everything just went super silent.
I'm very, very sorry that I've triggered a nerve and I've offended you or upset you or any of it. And I would love to have a conversation with you about it.
I'm good.
No,
I'm
Garcelle,
good.
honey,
Nope,
there's...
I'm good. I'm good. I'm not here to educate you. I'm not.
Well, I think you have.
That's on you.
Okay.
The word attack when we're getting in heated conversations to you can kind of go towards that
Aggressive. Yes, 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 yes.
Okay.
Yeah, what are you having?
I think I'm gonna do the Greek salad.
Oh, okay, that's good.
To be honest with you, the food is secondary to me right now.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I want to leave the floor to you because I know,
appreciate that.
you know,
Yeah.
you've said that you don't feel like I hear you, and I really want to make sure that not only I do, but you feel like I do.
I appreciate that. So I would like to go first.
We're on both on the same page.
Perfect, perfect, perfect. The other night was tough.
But we are having a good time, you guys. This was not
If you
said
have
as a
to
direct...
say it like that, we're not having a good time.
I'm saying that because you just attacked me.
You have to know who you're dealing with. There are 3 words you don't say to black women. You don't say aggressive, you don't say attack, and you don't say angry.
kind of go towards that
Aggressive. Yes, 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 yes. I'm not here to educate you. That's not my job. I don't have the bandwidth to do it. But I feel like you need to be aware of who you're talking to and when you're talking to them and what you say.
If it's offended you in any way,
Oh, it has. That's why we're here. That's why I reacted the way I reacted. I mean, I was emotional for 2 days. I went to bed crying. I woke up crying. I drove to the beach because I couldn't figure out why I was so triggered by that. But I was absolutely triggered by that.
You apologized even though you didn't have the intention of hurting her. That night was very hard for me to experience for the two of you because I could see both sides. It's a big deal, this conversation. It's a big deal what happened with you guys. That's why this show is so interesting and powerful, that people can really learn from it.
Absolutely. Certainly think it's important that everyone absolutely is, you know?
There's something, I want to listen to everything you have to say. I also feel like I need to be able to defend myself. So if you haven't finished, I want you to get it all out.
Because it feels to me like there's something that you're...
What does it feel like?
I don't know
That
exactly.
I'm racist?
I'm not labeling
But
you.
there's
I'm not
implication
labeling
here, so
no,
I want to know
you know
what
what? If there's racist undertone, that's not my fault. I'm
Because
not calling
if
you
it's simply
anything.
about me using a word that triggered you, if that's what this is about, then I'm apologizing. But it sounds like there's something more. I mean, you do realize I'm Jewish, Garcelle. Both being from marginalized communities, that we would have some common ground, far more than differences. Because it does seem like you are trying to...
I'm not trying to do anything.
It doesn't feel that way.
Well, then that's on you. Thank you so much.
Well, it definitely feels like everything is on me right now.
Okay.
Garcelle, to me, there's a little bit of a
Why
difference.
do you say my name so much?
Because that's what I do.
Okay.
That's what I do.
Okay.
I mean, that's what I do.
Like I'm the only one here.
That's what I do.
Okay.
If that's something else that's
No,
going
it's
to
not something
trigger
else.
you,
I was
then
just
I'll
wondering.
try very consciously
I
not
don't
to.
want you
But
to walk,
it's something that
I don't want you walking on eggshells with
me.
me.
You're making me feel that way. You are making me feel that way, Garcelle. I'm telling you, you're making me feel that way.
Okay, guys, so we're gonna play a game. This is Girls Night Out Table Topics. What is appropriate for husbands when it comes to communicating with other women on social media?
You're not supposed to
Murder.
I think Instagram is literally the worst thing for relationships. I hate it. I think it's terrible.
I've had like a fight with Mo over that. I hate that.
I wish I was the kind of person that could just laugh that type of thing off and be like, oh, look at you. But I don't. And not only does it feel disrespectful, but it also is like we're in the public eye and people can see who you follow and comment.
You know, you're really disrespecting your spouse in a public forum. And that's like even worse. That's even worse.
Mo certainly knows that his wife would not tolerate him engaging with younger, attractive women on social media. There might be another couple that the wife would not mind at all.
If Marcellus wanted to look at beautiful women on Instagram, we don't have rules per se, but I also don't have trust issues. My husband is the one who, when we first started dating, we would go places and he would be like, oh, honey, I slept with her before. So it's like, if you like somebody's picture and I know it's so-and-so that you used to date in 2003, why would I be upset about that? I already know that you used to date her. Me and Marcel's are different though. We have the horrible conversations. We have the worst conversations. Like, we talk about the worst stuff. Like, people always want it, like rainbows and butterflies and like, husband, tell me, like 8.5. Marcellus calls me 8.5 and you're like, how does that make you feel? I'm like, great, it's a badge of honor. Like, it's so funny because I asked so many of my girlfriends that. I'm like, what would you do if your husband said you were 8.5? Oh my God, I'd be so upset and I'd divorce him. I'm like, why? Like I'm not that woman. Like, I don't need, like, don't lie to me. Like, keep it real. That's why I trust my husband, because he always is real with me. He's not gonna call me a 10 because I'm not a 10, like, right? So why would I ever think he's lying? Because he tells me all the bad stuff, right?
I'm not talking about like if Mo's liking your photos on Instagram or says something, that's totally different. Yeah. I'm talking about something that doesn't
make
really
much
unnecessary.
sense. Right.
And makes me want to grow a horn and a tail and kill people.
It happens. It happens. That's why I was so glad I was married to someone much older. Didn't even know what social media was. Didn't help much, but you know, there wasn't that.
Lucky.
Yeah, well, I got over in a lot of other ways.
But also, you don't have to follow every single person and like all their photos. But yeah, no, I don't like that at all. At all.
I heard there's a birthday in the house.
Here, you guys.
Oh, yummy.
Oh my God, you guys, the cutest. Okay, ready?
1, 2, 3, go.
Yay! This is so cute, you guys.
Would you ever date a woman?
Stefanos.
I was telling him that I overthink these things, and then you clearly just don't overthink. You just.
I'm a little covered.
Yeah. Can you imagine I show up at my house with a throat tattoo? Where am I going to put it? That's the other thing.
That's on you.
Did I tell you that Mo asked me how many I had and he said he didn't know?
You look amazing.
Oh, thanks.
How many tattoos do you have right now?
5.
Seriously?
This is the first.
That one I know.
This is the second.
Oh, I forgot
This is
about
the third. This is the fourth. This is the fifth. I mean, you have 5. You said 5.
I have 5, yeah.
I got into a fight with someone on my Instagram about you.
About me?
Something about my tattoos and Kyle's trying to look like this, and I was like, who cares?
I mean, like, and I think too, like, you know, Kyle, I've got her in the, Kyle Richards.
Oh, yeah.
You know, corrupted her into getting a few tattoos.
She's got like 5 tattoos.
She's got like 5
Oh,
tattoos
really?
now.
She was hanging out with Morgan getting
She's on
added
your
up.
wife.
She's on your wife. Nice.
Yeah, but I remember we were getting in a car, and the Uber, I was the first one to get in there, and like the driver picking us up was like real skeptical of me, like kind of asking, and
You're holding
it
Kyle
pissed her
hostage.
off.
She hasn't given a response. What are your thoughts on that?
We are very good friends.
Okay, so it's just a rumor, right? Yes. Okay, just a rumor. Thank you so much. Friends with benefits? Best friends, matching tattoos?
We have matching tattoos too.
Wait a minute. Wait, we need to see those tattoos.
She's not the only one I have a matching tattoo with.
Oh, okay, we see it. Thank you.
They're gonna assume you're having like a midlife crisis or something with the extra tattoo, but it's
Great, Morgan. Thanks.
Ooh, what do we have here? You better live it up. 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 I know a Strappiano when I see one. Ooh, get the strap. You better live it up. Get the strap. You better live it up. Dyke, dyke, dyke. Dyke, dyke, dyke. You better live it up. I know a Strappiano when I see one. What do we have here? Dyke, dyke, dyke. Dyke, dyke, dyke. You better live it up. 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 Get the strap.
Okay. Amazon customer says, I read that you initially regretted introducing Morgan Wade to RHOBH. Can you elaborate on why? Yes, because it's this week's episode on this Wednesday, I guess it's tomorrow night, is the episode where Morgan performs on the show. And she came on as a favor to me because my best friend, since I'm 7 years old, passed away. She committed suicide May 1st. And it was a really important event for me. It was a celebration of life. And I just wanted to bring more awareness and have suicide be more of an open conversation because it's such a taboo topic. And, you know, families that go through such a hard time suffering, the survivors don't want to talk about it because there's shame. And so I really wanted to do an important episode and to honor Laureen and just to bring light to, you know, suicide and, you know, what it does to people and help people that are struggling, whether people struggling with depression or you're a survivor of, you know, losing someone. And Morgan has talked a lot about that in her music. Some songs, one of her songs, The Night, addresses that specifically. And she does 2 different versions of The Night. And she, you know, knew how much I was struggling with, you know, after losing Laureen, and she offered to, well, I asked her, and then she said, yes, she'd be happy to, because she was in the middle of touring, and she came and, you know, sang at this event, you know, as a favor to me. And all of a sudden, you know, she's an artist, you know, she just wants to make music, and all of a sudden she was thrust into this, like, world of gossip and tabloids and, you know, traveling and having, you know, paparazzi take pictures of her, and she just doesn't like any of that. You know, she doesn't want the attention, she doesn't want to be talked about, she just wanted to make music. And all of a sudden it was like, I had a lot of guilt, like, you know, that I put her in this position. And even though she would tell me it's not your fault, it's not your fault. Of course I felt bad because it gave her anxiety, you know, seeing these headlines and just like I said, being thrust into the spotlight brought her anxiety. And, you know, like myself, she suffers from anxiety, so I felt terrible to have put her in that position. Anyway, so I think she's kind of adjusted a bit to it now, but that doesn't, it's still not going away. It's all very new to her.
Jax, forget something. You guys, not to change the subject, but yeah. Sutton, you guys know her the best, right? I feel like you guys are the closest with her. Small esophagus. I feel like I'm beating a dead horse.
Okay, I
but
have a
it's
question for
driving me
you.
bananas.
Why do you care?
Because I'm in healthcare.
Okay, so a bunch of you guys tagged me in this clip of Annemarie talking to Sutton about her esophagus, and I finally had time to watch the episode, so now I'm gonna weigh in. I think it was very disturbing how Annemarie was like weaponizing her medical profession to tell Sutton things about her own condition. I'm gonna digress a little bit here and just talk about the esophagus. So the esophagus exists for one reason, which is to get food from your mouth into your stomach. It's just like a long, narrow tube. Sometimes the esophagus can have a stricture, which is a narrowing, and it can be severe or it can be mild. The first symptom that patients usually present with is difficulty swallowing. So you don't just chew your food more. Like, a stricture is a stricture, and you can chew your food all you want, but unless you blend it into a smoothie, if your stricture is narrow, you're gonna have like the feeling of some food stuck in your esophagus. The most common cause is GERD, which is reflux disease, very common, peptic ulcer disease, cancer, eosinophilic esophagitis. Now, I specialize in thoracic anesthesia, so I'm very, very familiar with the procedures that we use to dilate the narrowing. It's basically we put a scope down the patient's mouth and go into the esophagus and locate where the stricture is. And then using a bougie, a balloon, or a guided wire, we are able to tent open the stricture a little bit more. I have done hundreds of these surgeries, and it's a minor procedure. You do have to undergo general anesthesia for it most of the time.
Scoured all of my medical books. I went to work.
She asked questions.
I asked anesthesiologists. I asked ENTs. They said, you can say that to a lay person, but if you say that to someone in medicine, you look stupid. Small esophagus is not the reason. Did you have an eating disorder?
Coming to you live from my kitchen counter in pajamas because this is the only time I'm going to have to do this. I've been meaning to respond to the countless number of messages, DMs, and tweets about the Beverly Hills Sutton esophagus issue with Annemarie. I just haven't had time, so here's my quick take. I'm not going to bore you with the medical details. Tiffany Moon did a great post, so if you want to go check that out, go for it. But here's my personal opinion on this. This is not a question about whether you are a nurse, a CRNA versus a physician. It does not matter where you fall in the spectrum, all the way from being a tech to being a doctor. You join the profession to be an advocate for patients. And as such, it is not our place to belittle, question, or demean a patient's symptoms or diagnosis. We are there to facilitate and help the patient through the medical process. And it was just very uncomfortable and cringy to watch Annemarie belittle Sutton's symptoms in such a way. She's a lovely person, Annemarie. I met her at BravoCon. We sat on the panel, but that scene was a no.
What did you think of Dr. Nicole stepping in and giving her assessment online? Because it seems like from what you're telling us right now, it didn't seem like she understood your intention.
Yeah, so I was really very hurt by Dr. Nicole doing that. You know, as a colleague in anesthesia practice, she knows my training, she knows my skill set, she knows my knowledge base. And so I would think that, you know, if you see something and you're kind of wondering, like, why are you going along that line of questioning? Why wouldn't you offer that professional courtesy and reach out to me and kind of ask and say, oh, I wasn't really comfortable with that. Like, why were you doing that? And then as another, you know, reality TV personality, she knows that, you know, you don't always get the full picture. And so I feel like for both of those reasons, it would have made, if she actually was responding because she really cared, she would have reached out to me. And I actually did reach out to her after I was told that she made a video, and, you know, she didn't respond to it, which, you know, shows me that this wasn't so much about clarifying anything for anyone. It was really unfortunately, about trying to capitalize off of the Beverly Hills show. And, you know, I guess this is what the kids call clout chasing, right? Like, you're just trying to capitalize on the moment for likes and whatever it is. And as I said, as a colleague, that was professionally really inappropriate, I think, and it was very hurtful.
You're implying that she's an eating disorder.
I'm not. For the record, those are Crystal's words, not mine. I never said that.
Ew. Like JK, but like maybe not. But thank you for watching. But you hating ass bitches always have something to say. Hating ass bitch, but you're still watching my vids. What? You're so upset. But that's like okay, because have a piece of bread, have a Xanax, relax, because I said what I said.